good morning. How you doing? It's Jake Hernandez here from Jake's Bounty, and my camera's a little fucked up, so I'm gonna have to do it from this angle. Hopefully, you guys aren't gonna be like, "Oh God, too close up, fat fuck." Let's go ahead and say thank yous to the music today. I was provided by Anti-Con Beats. They're helping me work out a lot of my music and lyrics, and putting it to music. And so thank you, Anti-Con Beats, and also want to say thank you to Retro Games Puzzle Trivia Challenges and all that right here. 70s and 80s. You can get Jake's Bounty. I almost said Ray's video. You can get Jake's Bounty for just $5.99 when you type in the word retro. 70s and 80s book, right? Still got the Dog Training for Dummies book over here, Jake's Bounty as well. You get that for $5.99 as well. All right. And here we go with the movie of the week, Short Circuit, all right, from Ray's video, $1 7-day rental, all right, Ali Sheedy and Steve Gutenberg. Johnny 5 is alive. Go get it at Ray's video, $1 7-day rental. We'll talk about later on. All right, but let's go ahead and get into the news. Hold on. You got a burp. Okay, we had some news in the last 24 hours. Fresno's first 2 retail weed stores are open. Finally, yes. All right, the first one, Artistry at Palm and Knees, and the second one at Embark at Blackstone in Gettysburg. They voted for it for 4 years ago. They said, yeah, we want weed in Fresno. I mean, it's gonna get good money for the city and for the state, and it took 4 years to replace. Ellis was like, yeah, let's do it in some months. Let's do it in like a year or two. Fresno was like, fuck, we're gonna drag our feet and shit. All right, but finally, after hundreds of applications for cannabis licenses, we got them, and finally they are open. All right, hopefully there will be more to open. Bicyclist hit and killed by semi-truck in Fresno County. This happened on Jensen Avenue near DeWolf Avenue at 3:45 a.m. The semi-truck didn't see the bicyclist in the middle of the lane, apparently, and the driver of the semi-truck hit him. He did stay at the scene, and they are not charging him with anything. All right. Crews fighting to protect Yosemite's sequoia trees. Neighboring towns near Mariposa Grove burned so far 2,340 acres, with 25% contained. It grew just 296 acres overnight. Fuck. 545 fire personnel are there. Many of the places around that area are closed, including Wawona Lodge. The Sugar House Railroad is closed. But the Tenaya, Tenaya, I don't know how to pronounce that, all right? Maybe you can put in the comments below how to pronounce it. The lodge is still open. No charge has been found as why the fire started, so still looking into that. All right, and finally, last bit of news, 2-year prison term for a hit-and-run driver in deadly Fresno County road rage crash. This happened 2 years ago, killed 25-year-old Jesus Gonzalez while the other driver, Rosalio Galindo, drove off. Well, sad, because Jesus Gonzalez had 2 little young girls, and now they don't have a dad, so that sucks. All right, well, let's go ahead right now and tell you about the movie of the week. It is Short Circuit right here, and it stars Ali Sheedy, and it stars Steve Gutenberg, and hey, it even stars Johnny 5, but I don't know who voices him. It's a cockles of your heartwarming comedy, not since R2-D2 has a mechanical matinee idol been so positively huggable. I'd say he's even more huggable than R2-D2. I know, kill me, right? But here we go, the little short synopsis. Steve Gutenberg, Ali Sheedy co-star in his high-tech comedy adventure about Number 5, a robot who escapes in the real world after he short-circuits into an electrical storm and decides that he's human because he's carrying destructive weapons at a defense department, and his designer Gutenberg are desperate to find him. But Number 5 is being protected by a young woman named Ali Sheedy, who's teaching him the gentler way of life. And why would he want to go back when he's got this hot mama, right? I felt it. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about retro trivia games, puzzles over here at Jake's Bounty. Type in the word retro. You get this guy for just $5.99. Talks about the 70s and 80s. I had a question earlier that I already asked, but since this fucking camera shut off on me, I'm going to try and find it again. If it doesn't work out for me, then I'll just have to fucking choose one at random. All right, which is the Rockers is the youngest? All right, so here's the Rockers. There's Frank Zappa. That's A. B. Brian Auger. Don't know who the hell he is. C. Roy Orbison. Or D. Eric Clapton. Who's the youngest? I would have to say, just on thinking it, in my head, Eric Clapton. But then you're thinking, okay, that's an easy one. So maybe it's not Eric Clapton. Maybe it's Brian Auger, because I don't even know who the fuck he is, right? But let's go ahead and say Eric Clapton was my first answer. D. All right, who's the youngest? Answer is C, and that is Roy Orbison. Guy looked like he was fucking 40 by the time he was just 15. And you tell me he was the youngest. Shit. All right, anyway, he was the youngest rocker in those four gentlemen that I mentioned right there. Wow. You can get this retro trivia puzzles right here at Jake's Bounty, just $5.99 when you type in the word retro, 70s and 80s book, okay? All right, well, I did want to tell you about some music today. It is Punk Tuesday, and again, I'm going to just keep on saying this. The camera fucked up on me, so I'm having to look up all these things, just as I'm doing them right now. And so, if this is taking a little longer and usual, I apologize, and I just spilt my marijuana bong. All right, the Meanies. We're talking about the Meanies from Australia. They were an Australian punk band formed in 1988 by Dee Meany, aka Dennis DePonto, on lead guitar, Link Meany, aka Lindsay McKen, on vocals and guitar, Ringo Meany, aka Mark Hobbs, on drums, and VB Meany, aka Dave Crispon, guitars and vocals. As from September 2015, the lineup has been Link, Ringo, and Wally Meany, aka Roderick Kempton, on guitar, bass, vocals. The Meanies had a hiatus from 1996 to 2006, but now they're back up and going. The band provides energetic performances. Link, injured on stage on several occasions. The group have issued 4 albums. First Come and See in 1992. 10% Weird in 1984, which is a great album, by the way. It's Not Me, It's You, 2015, and Desperate Measures, released in 2020. Founding member Dee Meany unfortunately died in 2008 after being diagnosed with cancer. The guitarist from 1993 onwards, Tasman Taz Blizzard, died in August 2008 in a car accident as well. So these guys have had tragedy after tragedy, but they're still around, all right? You can go pick up, any of their albums at any record store, any mom and pop store, because they are from Australia. It's probably gonna be hard to find, but you can find them on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, and a lot of other streaming sources out there. So go look them up at any music media platform. It's the Meanies, all right, from Australia. So they're our punk band today. You can go look them up, like I said. And I want to go ahead and tell you about the cans that I got today before I forget. I also found, a dime, but since I don't have it right in front of me, I'm going to just show you one of my other dimes I have. But I did find a dime, okay? I'm not lying, all right? That's not it, but it's in my shorts pocket that I haven't gotten out yet, all right? I did want to tell you about some cans I did get today. I got some Modelo glass bottles. I got some water bottles, those Life Water ones. I always keep saying that, but I always keep finding them, so I'm not lying about that either. A Coca-Cola bottle, those Fanta glass bottles, and then finally I found Mickey's, one of those glass green ones. Yeah, I remember taking down a Mickey's when I was a young kid. It tasted good, but man, they'll fuck you up with a malt liquor, right? All right. Well, hey, Tuesday's going to be a short show. I don't want the camera to fuck up on me like it already did, knock on wood. But tomorrow we'll be having What the Fuck Wednesdays. We're having the news, my bounty, so much more. I also want to thank, we've got our sponsors. We got Short Circuit over here, Ray's Video, $1, 7-day rental, all right? Ali Sheedy, Steve Gutenberg, and Johnny Number 5, all right? Also, retro games, puzzles, trivia challenge over here. 70s and 80s books over at Jake's Bounty. $5.99 when you type in retro. All right. You can still, of course, get the Dog Training for Dummies book, also $5.99 when you type the word dummy. All right. And hey, hopefully I'll have my technology problems all figured out by tomorrow. I'll have enough memory, and we'll go through this all over again. But hey, that's what happens when you do a live show. And again, I want to keep on thanking you guys for the views and the subscribing, and it's, you know, it's helping out. And I want to acknowledge you and say thank you once again. And I also want to say, be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And right now, here is some more of Anticon Beats. Go check them out. They got a lot of good stuff. You know, if you got a few songs in your head and you just want to put some music to it, maybe they got the stuff for you. Here they are with some of their music right now, taking me out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good rest of the day, and peace. Jake's Bounty was filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2022. You can follow us on Facebook, channels, website, and like and comment. As always, please subscribe. Tune in for more TikTok videos. Thank you.